Thursday morning. It is June the 23rd. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and hopefully, just hopefully, get your day started off on the right note. I've got my cup of coffee. Do you have yours? Let's spend some time together and make sure you know what's doing. But before we get to our forecast today, let's just go over the top two things we're monitoring. First and foremost, for some of Central Florida, heat advisories are posted. Yeah, it's a hot forecast. We've talked about this at length these last few days, but we'll go even deeper in depth. Plus, we're looking ahead to your weekend forecast, which does include the umbrella. And we are tracking the tropics. It is a busy morning in the old, in the old Coffee Talk machine. So let's fire things up and get going. Outside this morning, a look on our Tower Cam network. There's a shot downtown Orlando's Tower Cam. We're looking off toward the west, so out toward the 414. You can see I-4 there in the foreground, kind of hazy, clear skies off in the distance. It is a beautiful, beautiful start to the day. Jessica, good morning to you. Connie, good morning. Tina, Beth, Carolyn, good morning. John, Nikki, good morning, everybody. David, Becky, good morning, good morning. 75 degrees in Orlando. We are sitting at about 74 degrees in Kissimmee, 75 degrees in the Villages. Of course, we're scrolling the current temperature information and the forecast on the bottom of your screen. And today's forecast is going to be a hot one. So just be ready for that. You can see at the bottom, forecast high 97 in Orlando. There's a preview. All right, first morning live Doppler radar, rain-free this morning. Certainly love to see that. It is Friday Eve. Good morning to you, Tina, and everybody. It's beautiful out. 80 degrees, 9 o'clock. Today is going to be a dangerously hot day, my friends. 87 by 11 o'clock. About 88, 89, 90 degrees even by lunchtime. So even by lunchtime, you're going to have to take it easy, okay? 93 our 1 o'clock temperature, 97 degrees our afternoon high, and then we will get into a few showers and thunder showers. Dangerous heat, my friends. Dangerous heat. Slow down if you work outside. Please be careful. So let's talk about that heat, shall we? Here's a look at this afternoon. Remember, the average high at the top of the screen there. The average high, 91. Obviously, we're besting that by a significant amount. 97 in Orlando, 97 in Leesburg and Claremont, even Ocala. Would I be surprised to see a 98? No. Would I be surprised to see a 99? No. Maybe 100 would be a stretch, but it's possible depending on, winds and cloud cover and all of those different dynamics. 96 today, Daytona Beach, 94 today in Titusville, 93 today in Melbourne. So, yeah, we really need to prep for this dangerous heat. As I mentioned off the top, there are heat advisories posted for Flagler, Marion, and Sumter counties, because it feels like temperatures, particularly in those areas, can get up to 112 degrees. So where do they actually go, okay? Let's talk a little bit about it. Here's your feels like temperatures, and let's just roll through time. By 11 o'clock, already feeling like 98, especially up north. The reason that those areas are under the heat advisory, as opposed to the rest of us, is that's where the majority of the humidity and the moisture will be filtering in. Remember, we had a cold front that moved through earlier this week. That has dropped the humidity levels in our area, and we're just now starting to rebound. 230. Orlando feels like 99, but conversely, DeLand 104, 106 in Palm Coast, 107 in Ocala. Continuing to build on that theme, here's 4 p.m., 3:30, 4 p.m., 109 in Wildwood, feels like temperature, 105 Daytona Beach, 102 in Melbourne, 104 in Orlando. So area-wide, we are into dangerous heat territory. What about rainfall, right? We could certainly use a little bit of rain. Here's lunchtime, not seeing anything. 2 p.m., not seeing anything. 4 o'clock, a couple of isolated cells north of town, kind of drifting into Marion, Flagler, Volusia counties through 6 o'clock. And then maybe by 7, 8, 9 o'clock, a little bit of thunderstorm activity through the metro. So again, to look at our 12-hour forecast, you do see there's that 30% coverage of storms, especially 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And then it all kind of tapers off from there. All right, to some of your questions, comments, and concerns. Good morning. Howdy. All right, Mary, good morning to you. Jessica says, can we just skip these temps, please? I wish we could. Problem is, not only do we have these temps today, but we've got these temps tomorrow. Look at the temperatures versus the records, and this is just Orlando, of course, but 97 is our forecast high in Orlando today. Record, 99. So we're going to be close-ish, right? Friday, 98 in Orlando. It gets even hotter for tomorrow. We're going to have a record of 100. We'll be close-ish. And then, thank goodness, by this weekend, it all changes as our moisture content starts to climb. Of course, that also means showers and thunder showers for the weekend. Yeah. So, I mean, I would just be honest with you and say if you're going out to play a round of golf, it's not the rain that's the weather impact, it's the temperatures. We are getting into dangerous temperatures, so I am concerned about that if you're wanting to go out. Let's just talk about the muggy meter a little bit. Yesterday, we were sitting in that pleasant territory with a dew point temperature of 64 degrees. Today, we have ticked that up just a little bit. We're into the comfy territory. Still nice outside, still nice. But look at the muggy meter these next few days, okay? Steamy for your Friday, steamy for your Saturday, and then humid for Sunday. So tomorrow and Saturday are really when we'll see that big uptick in dew point temperatures. It's getting to be noticeably muggier looking ahead to tomorrow. Noticeably muggier looking ahead to tomorrow. Gross. Dylan says the CMC is sniffing something out just east of Puerto Rico. We'll definitely take a look at that in the tropics in just a couple of moments' time. Just have to do all of our stuff. Mario is asking, why do we still have cold fronts coming down during the summer? It's a good question. This is definitely not your norm. Definitely not your norm. So let's talk about the weather pattern as it is. So here we are. We're nice and dry. But there is, if you look at the top of the screen, there is that cold front up there. That front starts to drift south, and it's going to fire up a storm system over Florida's first coast. That's going to continue our hot streak because if you figure an area of low pressure develops, and that wind flow is counterclockwise. So you're talking about that counterclockwise flow into our area, and then it kind of moistens us up, which adds the humidity in our area. So it kind of adds to the fun. But that area of low pressure develops and starts bringing us a few additional storms for tomorrow. And then as that front dies over us, it just leaves all of that moisture deposited. So we're looking at rising rain chances for your Saturday and rising rain chances for your Sunday. And frankly, the weekend for... Stella, calm down. The rising rain chances this weekend are going to feel just straight up gross. Let me let Stella out of the office. Hold on a second. Go play, Stella. Go ahead. My apologies. Karam says, oh my gosh, outside workers. Oh, I know. It's going to be very rough. We've already had a streak of temperatures that looked like this year, but this is dangerous heat for sure. And then you add in the humidity and all of that sort of thing. So the hottest air that we've had this year has been 98 degrees. I think we're going to see the exact same thing for us again Friday. So let's talk about the Friday temperatures briefly. Here's a look around Central Florida. 98 in Orlando, 98 degrees in Sanford, 97 degrees in DeLand, 98 in Ocala, and even at the beaches, just like today, high temperatures are going to be into the low and mid-range of the 90s. So yeah, again, dangerous territory for sure. Jessica says, it seems that lately we're dry as heck during the week and swamped with rain on the weekends. I know what you mean. You're not wrong. It does seem to be that way. So let's pull up our, let's see, today's Thursday, so we probably still need to do the long range. All right, so let's just run long range futurecast. So here's Friday, and you can see we'll have a few additional showers and storms, especially up north around Florida's first coast, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Putnam County, Palatka. Watch Saturday. Watch how those big thunderstorms get going. So Saturday is looking to be a wet day. And then Sunday, Plenty of moisture around, especially favoring our southern areas and our western areas. So, yeah, rain chances are going up. If we look at the rain trend these next couple of days, only about a 30% chance of rain today, 50% chance of rain for tomorrow, and then Saturday, Sunday, kind of building on that theme more and more and more. But if you were asking about the it seems like it's been fairly dry thing, look at our rainfall so far for this month. Keeping in mind that the month of June is typically our wettest month, and we are nearly 4.5 inches behind normal in Daytona Beach. We are 3.5 inches behind in Orlando. So it has been a dry month. If we look to the year, cumulatively speaking, at least we were damp earlier. But still, Daytona Beach, you're 6 inches behind. Orlando, nearly 3 inches behind. Whereas Leesburg, you're doing quite well and quite a surplus of rainfall. So it all goes to show you, right? It looks like we have something to watch, Thomas says, in the Atlantic. Yeah, shall we get into the tropics? I suppose so. All right, tracking the tropics this morning, my friends. Let's take a look at the wide perspective. There's a little upper level low out here off the coast of the northeast United States. Some moisture bubbling up in the Caribbean. But look to the bottom right corner of your screen. Yeah, the Cabo Verde Islands. That is a decent African wave. And as a matter of fact, that African wave has been tagged by the Hurricane Center as having a low-end opportunity for development. Not in the short term, only a 0% chance there. But as it gets its sea legs, we do think that there's going to be the opportunity for this to develop slowly. We are definitely not to what we call Cabo Verde season yet. We're not to the time of year where you really watch the coastline of Africa, but Mother Nature knows no bounds. Mother Nature does not have a schedule in front of her. And so because of that, you still have to watch these things, right? So we'll definitely be monitoring this. Jessica, not anything too much to worry about. We are going to take a look at the computer models, but I do want to point out to you, okay, the month of June, we typically watch the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. But watch how transitioning into July, we start to expand that view. We start to watch more Eastern Caribbean stuff coming in from the Western Atlantic. It's not usually until August that you expand out into the open waters of the Atlantic. But into July, you start making that transition little bit by little bit by little bit. So for now, it's something to monitor. It's nothing to worry about. All right, let's look and see what the computer models are doing. This is the very latest run of the GFS model. You can see top left corner, 0.25, mean sea level pressure, normalized anomaly. All right, so big Bermuda high. Of course, here we are. Now, I've widened the perspective out from what we've been used to seeing because we're looking out wider, right? Makes sense. Cool. Graphic reminds me of green eggs and ham. There you go. All right, so there's that little area of low pressure. Of course, you can't see it on your screen. All right, let me bring this down a little bit. So there's that. Because I did that, you can't see the timestamp on the top. So you're just going to have to trust me. I will recite the timestamp. Okay. All right. So we'll roll through. First off, there's a little storm system off the coast of like the Outer Banks. Not really looking to do much. There's that storm system firing up. This is tomorrow. This is this afternoon. This is 5 p.m. So pressures are starting to lower over North Florida. We know that. That's what's going to help to add in more humidity, add in the rain chances for us. All right. Now notice our little area of low pressure kind of has to find itself, get its sea legs. All right. I'm just moving my mouse with it. But you see there, this is Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Atlantic. Model does show something out that direction, right? Following it through time, getting over toward the Caribbean islands. This is Tuesday, June 28th. Crossing over. It's awful far south. All right. Something way down there. This is July the 1st at 8 a.m. maybe developing and moving right into Central America. Okay? So at least if it does try to develop, yeah, at least if it does try to develop. Dana says, didn't your long-range model tag something for late June? Is the wet weather we're getting this weekend part of that long-range prediction? Ah, Dana, very observant. So let's come back to that real fast. Let me take a sip of coffee. Yeah, today's the 23rd. Tomorrow's the 24th. Watching Florida. Now, these are features. It doesn't have to be tropical, but these are features. So watching Florida for lowering pressure for a storm system. Obviously, it's not going to be tropical, but it's playing out. We're getting those rain chances really rising this weekend as that storm system plays out. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Let's go back. It was Mid-Atlantic first, and then it was Florida, right? We're just going backwards for a minute. Hold on. Mid-Atlantic. There's your Mid-Atlantic feature, right? There's your Florida feature. Obviously not tropical in nature this cycle, but Mid-Atlantic feature, exactly where and when we said. That's Thursday, June 23rd. And then Florida feature getting going Friday, the 24th. We put this out March 1st. Obviously not developing tropically, but there you go. Just saying. Now, I don't count this as a win because I don't count it as a loss, but it's not going in the win column because it's not, it's not tropical system, but the moisture's there. The moisture's there. It's, what is it? It's the 23rd of June, so we're talking 3 months, 23 days ahead of time, we called this. 3 months, almost 4 months earlier. Okay. There are people in the meteorological community that think that the LRC is garbage. To which I say, 3 months and 23 days ago, this is the forecast we put out. Watching the Mid-Atlantic, watching Florida. And very clearly, there's a little storm system right in the Mid-Atlantic on the dates we said, and then right afterward, watching Florida. I mean, it's not tropical in nature this cycle, but it's there. It's there. All right, that's the GFS. Let's switch over to the Euro. Let me back this up. And yes, I will cycle it down. You won't see the timestamp, but it'll be there. I'll just have to read it to you. All right, so obviously this is that little wave coming off the coast of Africa. Let's just roll through time. There's the Mid-Atlantic. There's the Florida. But it's fake, Burris. All right, so there's your little thing. Euro seems to be a little bit more aggressive with it. All right, there's our 90, which is as far out as the current 6Z run goes, so we can cycle back over to the 0Z. Crossing into the Caribbean. Yeah, the Euro definitely is a little bit more bullish with it, but it still does the same idea, which takes it to Central America, so no big deal there. And then I didn't look to the GFS longer range. I didn't look just to see what it was doing afterwards, so let's just do that real fast. So there's that feature moving into the Caribbean right here. Is there anything else? Definitely showing pressures lowering around July 8th around Florida. You see that? Kind of see this? Pressures are lowering around Florida and the Gulf of Mexico around July 8th. That's hour 378, 379. But something there interesting. Let me look over and see if the Euro ensembles are picking up on any of that. You got the timestamp at the top right now. No, Euro ensembles are not really picking up on any of that. All right. So, interesting. So, anyway, that's showing up. Let's look at July. I've got some sort of a feature perhaps in the Northeast around July 6th, 7th. Not saying it's tropical, but there's going to be a decent storm system up there. I do believe the Euro was picking up on that. July 6th, 7th. I mean, there's the Northeastern United States. That's the 8th. So, storm system there doesn't look like that will be tropical this run either, but there's the storm system itself. So, it shows up. It shows up, but at least tropically. Oh, and for July, just because we're talking about July being almost there, for us, my friends, July 20th and 21st, that is the November 6th repeat. That is the Floor Easter. Do not sleep on that one. Seriously, do not sleep on that one. That is going to be the Floor Easter. That's going to be the one that will be impactful more than likely. A reminder that our hurricane season forecast, including these hotspots, the entire write-up is available anywhere you are. Just head over to wesh.com/hurricane forecast, and you can read it all. Yeah. Good times. All right. So I'm an equal opportunity sleeper. I like that. All right. So where do we go from here, right? Today, 30% chance of rain. It is going to be dangerously hot. Tomorrow, 98, even hotter. 50% chance of rain. And then that little Florida system that's not tropical in nature this cycle, but does exist, is really ramping up those rain chances Saturday, Sunday. This is one of those pieces of science that if you didn't know what you were looking for, you would have never keyed in on it. But just keying in on the LRC gives you the opportunity to understand the organization to this chaos. And we still need to get Gary Lezak on. Let me text him while we're chatting. I need to get Lezak on. Stand by. Are you available tomorrow morning for call talk? All right, I'm going to try and get this to happen because he and I keep chatting and all that. But we got to get the man on. All right. Rain chances really building though this weekend as that little Florida system gets its act together. All right. All right. Listen, that's all I got. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will chat with you guys and gals later this afternoon for the 3:30 afternoon Coffee Talk.